Okay, I am finally back making tutorials, and the tutorial that I'm going to be doing first is one that was requested from someone. I don't remember their name. It was a while ago. They saw someone's dress and it had a lot of details in it and it was easy, so I was trying to explain to this person that it was easy to do it. I said I would do a tutorial on it. Well, I never did, and I'm going to be doing that now. It's basically adding details to a dress to make it more realistic. And I'm using Delor's Allure Sheath Small Shape, and before you really start anything, you need to make your opacity, which I already did to save time. Actually, I just used an old one. And then you might be wondering what the wire map is. You definitely need this when you're doing your enhancements. It shows you where the boobs are, where everything else is, the skirt, this is where it draws off, and we're going to be using this as a guide. So you will need this. You just put it on top of your opacity, and then you just change the opacity to like a low number so that you can see the map, but you can also see the other map. Okay, so you're going to want to just use the wire map. You don't need any of this stuff. This is just all the extra stuff, the sleeve and all that crap. I already took everything off with black, and if you don't really know how to do that, then I don't know if you should be watching this tutorial. I'll explain it briefly. This is the bodysuit layer. You definitely need to have this fit MCG if you're going to do GA clothing. If you do not have an opacity like a bikini, you will have it marked as AP, and then you'll have to refund all your customers, and it sucks. So these were extra layers, top skirt, and I think this was another skirt. Yeah, this was another skirt, and then these are sleeves. And the way you get those off is you just put a black opacity map, and then it's just gone, as you can see. So let's get right into it. Going to be using a dark color because that is what I did on my alt account, and I told her I was going to do like a gown type thing that I do on my alt. So I don't remember what color I used exactly. It was some kind of turquoise. So I'm just going to use like a dark turquoise color. You're going to want to alt delete. I don't really want to explain all these steps. I want you guys to understand the basics of developing in order to do this because I go kind of fast. But I'm trying to explain it for anyone that doesn't know. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change to black. I'm going to do the dress part of it first so you can see how much difference it makes when you do it. And it doesn't matter what size you use, but I just kind of guess whenever I do anything. It's really not as hard as everyone thinks it is. And you just make little black lines. I never line up where they're supposed to be or anything either. Judging by my sales, nobody really seems to care if they're where they're supposed to be, so never really cared. Then I go to filter, blur, motion blur, and you're going to want to put that at 90 degrees. And you're just going to want to put it up a little bit. Something like that. I actually probably should have did white highlight first, but whatever. It might be a little high, but whatever. Then you're going to want to take white. And if you can hear my clicking, and if I type at any point, you'll probably hear that too. It's because my mic is in my laptop. I do not have a headset. I hope to get one soon. Oops. I kind of went over that black. I went over that black too. Kind of don't want to go over them. I don't want to make it smaller though and have them all different shapes. Kind of anal with that. I need to have them all the same size. And you're going to want to do the same thing that you did with black. It really doesn't need to be perfect, and I'll show you why. You can also blur it a little bit. I just do blur, Gaussian's blur. It just blends it in more. And I do the same with black. Okay. Now this is where you're going to want to bring your blue or whatever color you're using up, and then you're going to want to set it to overlay. And for this, it's the black, it's not going to do anything. And then this, the white, it does something. Now you can see the colors are completely, it just looks stupid, the black. So what you're going to have to do is take the black, the opacity, lower it down until it looks like a shadow. Something like this. Even the highlighting is too bright. Alright, that'll work. And keep in mind, I'm brushing, so I'm not really going to spend as much time as I do on my other stuff. Like, I'm taking this over right now because it was too far to the right, and I'm going to cheat, and I'm just going to erase it so that it looks sort of nice. Alright, now I'm just going to save it. Okay, you're going to change it. Open your folder, put it on, and you'll see the difference. If it loads. This laptop is a piece of shit. Okay. Now, it might not look very defined, but I assure you it looks better if I was in the correct room. And if I had a normal outfit on. Okay. Alright, see, it looks better. And don't worry, it's not going to just be this. It will look better once it's all done. But you can see there is some detail to it now. And you can add more, you can lessen, whatever. That's why I work in layers. Did I combine that layer? Yes, I think I did. Well, I don't usually combine those layers, but whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to do the boobs now. It's pretty easy, but I don't know. It's like second nature to me, so I'm just used to it. And I'm pretty sure with her maps, you have to make, because she doesn't really have like a circular boob shape on her map, it's square. And I just guess, I don't drag and make it perfect. Some things I have to be perfect with, but other things just wastes time. Oops. Okay. Now you just do the same thing, overlay, and you can adjust it to be lighter. I suggest making it the same as your highlights, but like just a little bit brighter. And then after you do the shine, sometimes that's all people do. And no, you need to add shadow under. If you don't, it doesn't really look right. And I'm going to show you what I do. This is my method. That's not perfect, but whatever. It's a tutorial. Be more precise when you do yours. I just blend them into the color. Like that. Okay. And then I blur it a little bit. It looks better once I should have took the freaking mouth off before I did that, but oh well. Overlay will again do nothing, but if you put overlay and you want to change the color easily, that's an easy way to do it. I'll show you after. Alright, now we're going to move on to making a border around your opacity. And it's very easy. You need to go to your opacity layer. That's why you want everything on the same file. I can't stress that enough because you will use everything eventually. Oh, I didn't even explain what I did. I'm sorry. Okay, you have to take your magic wand. You have to click the opacity, and it should be all white. If you're doing like sheer layers, though, you would have to just click the white and then click similar, and then it'll select all the white for you. And then you want to make a new layer, bring it to the top over everything else, and now you can make your color visible again. Go to Edit, Stroke, and you're going to want to make it darker than this color, so let's say right here probably. You can make it any color you want, but I would suggest doing this a darker color than the original, just a little bit darker so that it's more realistic. And you're going to want to play with these settings, how wide you make your border, because it could be too small or I don't know. You can blur it. I don't know if you would want to, but I guess I'll blur it a little bit just to show you what it looks like. Most of the time I really don't blur it, I just add details to it. I'm not sure, yeah, that map will, but some maps you'll have them like cut off, and then you'll have to fix this. And I also have to explain something, or you guys are gonna have like frickin' lines up where you don't want them. Where is my, okay, take that off. Alright, you're gonna wanna take your rectangular tool, and you're gonna wanna go from the middle all the way down here. And you're gonna press delete, and then you're gonna drag it, and do the same. What? It's not gonna line up, it's being retarded. So I can just line it up with my arrow keys. So can you, if it's retarded to you. I kinda just took off, I didn't even notice that until I did it. I have to redo it. Okay, hopefully that works. If not, yeah, it took off a little bit on the side. You have to really play with it to get it perfect. It's perfect when I do it on my dresses. It's a tutorial. You get the idea. And you can either do this the long way or the hard way. I'll show you both ways, I guess. Take white, and you're gonna want it smaller than your border. So go like, one might be too small. I do not do it this way because it's just so time consuming. And I do not have a steady hand, as you can see, but if you're using a tablet, I'm sure it would be a little better. And it's like too big. I made it too big, and I don't really know if I want to blur it or not. But this is to add highlight to it, and it looks like shit. I'm not gonna leave that. If you can do it with your hand, have at it. I usually just use the dodge tool. And you'll get the same effect either way pretty much, but with this you can't work in layers on your border, so you'd have to redo it if you wanted to recolor. It's not going to be perfect no matter what I do, because I usually develop on my desktop half the time, and then I don't run into this issue, but yeah. And I end up like going backwards so many times when I do this step, because it always just, I don't have a steady hand, and it really sucks. But if you have a steady hand, then it's fine for you. Okay. I'll just say that's fine. And then down here, I'm just going to hold down the pointer and shift. Wait, I have to make sure. Alright, hold down the pointer, hold shift, and then you get the same thing here. And I'll show you what this looks like on my avatar now. I'm not done with that part. God, I wish my laptop wasn't so slow. Okay, yeah, my border's a bit dark, but it's starting to look more like a dress and less like just a color. You can lighten it if you work in layers, but I'm just going to do this to save time. And most of the time it'll look like crap, so please don't do this. Just doing it because it's a tutorial. Oh, whatever. It's fine. I'm explaining to you what to do, not really having to spend all this time on it. Okay. Really? Really? fucking hate when these error messages come up and all this other crap. So then it blocks my layers, and then I can't get to them. Get the fuck off. If you don't like bad language, you should not be watching my videos. Okay, it's off, kind of. Alright, we're gonna do the same thing we did here, but we're going to do it smaller. Up here. And you always want your hardness set to 0. Why is it on 1? I don't know. And your size needs to be smaller than your folds on your skirt. Well, that's how I do it. You don't have to. I just suggest it. And I kind of just do this. I don't have any specific ways to do it, like where you're supposed to put it. Otherwise, I would be bringing up the dress map, and I'm not. So, see, it looks really weird before you motion blur it and all that other crap. By the way, I'm doing the same thing I did on the bottom half. Oh, I forgot to mention this. There is an easier way. You don't have to draw the black lines, you just duplicate the layer. Bring it behind this layer. And then you can just do this. And then you can just do this. Double click it, color overlay, black, and then bring it down. See, that's probably too far up, but that's okay. And if you want like leather, what the hell is the word that I'm thinking of? Well, just all the different textures that you can add to the dress. There's free stock images, and there are some free ones. You don't have to draw them. I could, but they have free stock images. The border's not that big down there, so I would have made it bigger because it's like super small. I guess I'll do that. But see, it looks like a dress now. I mean, it looked like a dress before, but I mean a dress with details. Really? No poses that are decent? Okay, there we go. Sounds good. And that's how you do that. And I'll fix the bottom, and I'll show you how to do that without doing the opacity thing that I do, because that's just like a easy step for me, so I don't have to draw it or anything. Take your rectangle tool and then just guesstimate how much you want to show on the bottom. You're also going to want it to be to be the same color as your up top, but because I already added dodge to it, I don't know if I can get it. Hopefully I did. And you just alt delete. Okay, I alt deleted and nothing happened. Maybe it's too far down, I think. Yes, it was too far down. And then it looks too light. I'm making it dark. Yeah, it's probably too dark now, but okay. And then dodge, because I'm lazy and I don't feel like doing white. Dodge is like the lazy way of developing. Anyone will tell you that. It's better for you to work in layers. It really is, because I'll show you why. Your base color, you can easily change it to, let's say, red. And then you see everything that was in layers got changed, and you didn't have to do any work to it. But the ones that are flat, wow, my voice just cracked. The ones that are flat, you can't do that. So that is why you don't make flat layers, or you can't recolor. If you don't plan on recoloring, then dodge and burn is fine, and I didn't really explain burn, so it doesn't matter about burn. So let's just see what that looks like. And I'll show you real briefly what a fabric would look like on the dress. I'll just use something I pull from Google. It does look pretty though, for doing it that fast anyway. Doesn't look half bad. The top part sucks, because you can't really see the detail at all unless you zoom in. And I wouldn't have left one of my dresses like that. If you look on my alt colored kitty, you'd see all the gowns I did. See, it looks better on the bottom now. It's more defined. Yep. Okay. I'm going to go to Google. This is red. You're not going to want to keep it red. You're going to want to change whatever fabric you use to, well, I'll show you. Double click, color overlay, black, color, it's kind of dark. Then you change the opacity all the way down. So like, whatever you think would look good. This is like a tartan texture. Tartan? Is that even, I think? I don't know. Just want to show you what texture would look like with it. Then I'll pretty much finish up the video. Really? That's how slow my computer is. Can't even freaking save files fast enough. Okay, load. Alright, this isn't the best fabric, but as you can see, it's on there now. Sometimes when you add these, you'll have to change your highlighting and shadow, otherwise it'll blend with it. But that's the basics. Oh, I should probably show you how to fix this. Sometimes you'll have like, it'll be like an uneven seam and it won't look right. So what you do is when you're finished completely, merge it visible, and you're going to want to take one side of it, copy it, paste it, flip horizontal, and if it doesn't look like it matches there, just take your eraser tool and then just like erase it. It might not work. I might have used too small of. Remember to use a bigger piece. Usually nothing is ever seamless if you're drawing it by hand, or if you're not, it's never seamless. You have to fix it when you're done. Unless you're perfect and you just make it seamless. See, it looks better. And that's basically how you fix things that aren't seamless. Alright, and there you have it. That's how you make a detailed gown type thing. This was, where the hell's her thing? I'll show you the before. Oh, and Delore also offers, damn it, that's the before. It's just plain, whatever. She offers these things. They come with detail. All you have to do is put overlay on it. But to me, that's like the easy way out, and you should do it yourself. I mean, I've used them a few times, but you should really do it yourself. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, you can subscribe and see all my tutorials when they come out. You can also request a tutorial in the comments or message me, and other details about other crap will be in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye.